Okay, well, first of all, Jessica Madelyn, congratulations on joining this franchise. I'm curious to know, when you first got the call, right? We all were fans of the first film. What was that like for you? How excited? What were the emotions attached?
I got an email. Did you get a call?
Oh,
an
email.
I know. I heard you talking about it, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of sad I didn't get a call, but I can look at the email over and over again. Yeah.
I was shaking. And I was like, I was shaking when it happened. I was so excited. And I was like, I know. I was really excited. It was that baggage claim.
Yeah. Did you know how many people it was down to? Like, did you know who else was in the running?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did. And I like tend to self-cast and compare. So I was like, oh,
I was going up against a man.
What?
Yeah, it was down to me and a man.
Okay.
I'll tell you who it was later.
Okay.
Wait, tell me
a
who.
very different, like a 6'4", very different.
Oh, so safe to say they went in a completely different direction.
Yeah.
Well, they made the right choice. Incredible job, both of you. I want to talk a little bit about your characters. Madelyn, Whiskey is someone who eventually reveals herself to be maybe not more different than what we thought, something different than what we thought. I'm curious to know what connected you to her. In what way did you find her most relatable?
I think what was really, really fun about Whiskey is I think I've always thought there's power and it's a lot of fun to be underestimated sometimes, and I think Whiskey gets that a lot. But I think she uses it to her advantage, and so I think I think that was really fun to touch on, and there's always more to someone than at first glance,
right?
So that was fun, but it was already the story was already there, so that was I just got to lift it up, off the page,
absolutely. Jessica, your character and Kate's character are hip to hip. I mean, you play her assistant, her character's assistant. I'm curious to know, what was the dynamic like when the cameras weren't rolling? Did you get close to Kate? How did you two bond? And what did you love most about playing that role?
Interestingly, I feel like I have a really complicated relationship with Kate. And it reminds me of the Birdie-Peg relationship. Not that we are like our characters, but I've seen Kate in so many films. She's so talented. Like, oh my gosh, one of the best actresses on camera. And getting to work with her, I was simultaneously like in awe of her, but also afraid because she's very intuitive, and I felt often like, oh, she sees me.
She will stare into your soul.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I felt very naked.
Yeah.
And I loved her and I admired her, and then I was like, don't look at me. So it was this very complicated relationship.
Yeah.
But she is a pleasure to work with, and she's so talented.
Yeah, absolutely. I heard about a birthday party she threw for Catherine Hahn, who is a gem, by the way.
I love her.
What can you tell me about celebrating Catherine? How much fun was that?
We were an hour and a half late because we couldn't find the house.
Lost. Yeah, we couldn't find, and then we drove down because there's no lights on the roads in Greece at all.
Greece don't believe in streetlights.
Illumination.
No, we literally were driving down this road, and
also addresses don't make sense. If you type it into Google, it doesn't.
You have to drop a pin.
Yeah.
And so we ended up like driving up to like
random people's houses.
Yeah. And then someone's backyard. I think I was driving in someone's backyard.
Oh my god. You were like,
I was like, I don't know.
The house was dark. Like, this is not it. And then we almost went down into the water. They also don't believe in separating roads from the water.
No.
So it was just a nightmare.
But
when we got there,
was
legendary.
it worth the stress and anxiety?
Yes, of course. We had a dance circle.
I remember Kate's pool. Her pool.
It was incredibly salty.
It was too salty. That's what I remember from that night.
Did we get in?
I don't think we did, because everyone was like, don't do it. It burns.
Oh my god.
That's how salty it was.
Yeah.
A lot to unpack there. I have so many more questions.
It was very fun though.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time. Happy birthday, Catherine.
Happy birthday, Catherine. 1.5 years later.
Exactly. Almost time for another one. Let's do it again. I imagine you both have seen the first film, right? So you've seen this moment. Chris Evans' iconic chunky cable knit sweater. That went viral. Now people's sexiest man alive.
Wow.
Do we think this is what got him the title? Was it the chunky sweater moment from Knives Out?
No,
were like, no, it was his face.
It's so funny because I feel like the sweater kind of ended up like preceding him.
No,
I know it
has a life of its own.
Yes.
I think he should only wear sweaters though.
Honestly, same. I vote for that.
Summertime, sweater.
Sweater. All year round. I'm curious to know, this was the viral moment of the first film. What do you think will be the viral moment of this sequel?
Daniel Craig's swimsuit.
Oh, yeah.
Or Dave Bautista's swimsuit.
I was going to say also Dave's pool moment.
Yeah.
The swimwear moments just across the board were pretty iconic.
I loved yours.
Mine is just a sports bra.
Also iconic.
Well, I said, like, I want to create a uniboob. And so I was like, I want to be so unattractive in this film, like the least attractive version of myself, and I just want to mash them together into one giant boob.
Okay, well, let me just say, with respect and as the ultimate compliment, you failed miserably at looking the worst possible.
What are you talking about? I totally look the worst
Girl,
possible.
I was like, hold on cheekbones and skin and your energy. Like, you brought so much life to the character.
Thank
so
you.
that mission was not accomplished. But you did a fabulous job.
Thank you.
If that makes sense. I want to ask you really quickly, Madelyn. Season 3, Outer Banks. We're all so excited. What can we expect? What did you most love about filming this last go around?
Why don't you tell us the date again? Is it coming out again, babe?
Uh-oh. Oh no. Is that where the answer just went? Off into the
Netflix?
Huh?
Ted Serrano?
Hello?
Oh, right. Oh, God. Say Ted. And I'm like,
no.
let me stop.
It was quite a ride this season. Afterwards, I needed a nap. It was even more action and adventure and higher stakes, which I didn't think we'd be able to do, but somehow we did.
Where did you go film this time?
Barbados again.
Oh,
Barbados
nice.
again.